I want to speak, David, now about Jurgen Klopp's new job, which was announced this morning, which has surprised a few. I've seen a lot of Dortmund fans unhappy about this, and some Liverpool fans as well, just like Klopp going to a multi-club structure. What do you make of all this?
Yeah, I understand the disappointment. I'm a little surprised in terms of you've always seen him as a manager and a character who's kind of stood against ideas like the Red Bull sort of conglomerate and not really kind of bought into those, not just multi-club model, but the fact it's owned by an energy drink. It really goes against particularly what German football stands for. So I totally get why Dortmund fans are disappointed, and it is a little bit of a surprise given what his character's like, but also you can kind of see the fit there as well in terms of, he's looking for a role where he's not a manager. He's such an appealing character. They've always said, I think it was Mike Gordon always said that, he could have been a CEO of a huge company in America. He's got that kind of mindset and that ability to work with people, the charisma, and the idea of bigger picture stuff as well. He's really adept at that. So it does seem a really good fit for him. And also, of course, the football that he espoused as a manager is very much Red Bull football. So the fit hand in glove there, really. But yeah, I am still a little bit surprised. And I'm also kind of surprised that even though it's not as intense as management, that he's coming back as soon as January. I genuinely thought he was going to have, and he said repeatedly, look, I'm going to have a year off at the least. And as I say, it's not quite management he's going back into, and I don't think he'll suddenly age as rapidly as he did when he was at Liverpool now. But I still think to be back in it so soon is a little bit of a surprise. So his holidays only last into January. Maybe he just got really bored at home and his wife got sick of him. I'm not sure, but yeah, a little bit surprised to see that coming around so soon.
I suppose it could be a case of like it's now or never with something like that. That job came up and he just had to jump at it. But aside from that, I suppose this probably does spell the end of his like time as club manager, isn't it? I know he has a clause in his contract where he can go take the Germany national job if that comes up. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets that next year too. But do you think that is his intentions now to not manage a club again?
Yeah, and I think he's been, he didn't sort of outright say that, but he was kind of massively hinting at it in all his interviews he did after leaving Liverpool, that he was kind of happy with what he's done, and he didn't see himself going back to England, he didn't see himself going back to Germany, and he wondered whether he's not going to rock up at Real Madrid, is he? That's not kind of a good fit for him, or probably even Barcelona either. And Italian football not massively appealing at the moment, so it would have been a big surprise to see him go back into club management. I think what we all thought was kind of that he would just be waiting for that Germany job, but obviously the timing at the moment probably not quite right in terms of Julian Nagelsmann having relatively recently took on the job, and it never felt like it was kind of opening up for him really. So that's an interesting one that he's got that clause in that contract. So I guess it's kind of, as you say, kind of a little bit of a holding role for him until that comes up. So that seems like the clear path really, is that he's going to do this until that comes up. And I think that'd be a great way for him to retire from management, is doing that job and going in there. And I think, everyone in Germany absolutely loves him. I think he'd be a good fit, and it's less intense than club management. So, I'm sure he'd be excited to take that role on when it comes up. But I just thought he maybe would kind of hang fire and maybe do nothing till then and sit on a sun lounger. But maybe he feels that it's important that he's close to football, that he's seeing, tactical developments and talking to people who are involved in it on a day-to-day basis, to keep his kind of eye in a little bit before, maybe the Germany job does eventually come up. Maybe that is kind of the thinking behind it.
Yeah, that would make sense. And I've seen a few people suggesting has he gone in there to try help out his mate Linders at Salzburg. He's struggled the last few weeks, but it'll be interesting to see how he gets on there.